Zero overall rebuilds are probably my favorite thing to do on the channel. And today, we are going to be doing something I have never done before. We are going to be rebuilding this zero overall team where I can't sign any free agents. Keyword I. We are going to be handing free agency over to the CPU, and we are going to see how chaotic this team gets. So this should be a ton of fun, and it should be a big challenge to have to fight the probably questionable signings the CPU is going to make. And this is probably going to be a long one because I want to make this team super good. So get a drink, get a snack, get whatever. And super quick, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. Actually, no like goal for this video. I'm experimenting with something, but if you do enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. I would very much appreciate it, and it helps YouTube know that people are enjoying the video. And subscribe for more. Trying to hit 50k soon. I have a special video whenever we do hit 50k, and all I do are rebuilds, so if you like those, you're definitely in the right place. And last thing, no shout out for this one, but I usually do shout outs whenever I use a comment suggestion, so if you have any fun rebuild ideas, let me know down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this rebuild. And my guess is we are going to have 0.3 points per game on offense and 86 points per game allowed on defense. Leave your prediction down in the comments. Pause the video, we'll see what happens. Okay, wait, this might be the best I've ever seen a zero overall team do. We are still 0-17, and we had no points per game on offense, but we only allowed 70. Could be worse. Our closest game was against the Broncos, only 0-52, and our worst loss was to the Patriots, 0-98. Why the Patriots? And if you've seen a zero overall team before, feel free to skip, but Elliott Fry was great. Nobody had a single positive rushing yard. Elite receiving numbers. I have seen actual 80 overall offensive lines do worse than this in this game. Thanks, EA. Tons of tackles, and no single stat on defense other than that, I guess pass deflections. I've seen worse. But let's officially kick this rebuild off, and it's gonna be super interesting to see what the CPU wants to do. I have no idea. Dude, if I see the Super Bowl in this game one more time, I'm gonna retire. That's gonna be it. But now in free agency, I hope this works the way I think it's going to, where I just don't have to do anything. Yeah, we have no option to sign free agents, so I'm assuming it's gonna do it right. I guess all we need to do now is let's simulate the week. It looks like we signed practice squad players. Yeah, a few of them. Dylan Stoner, let's go. But let's sim the week, and let's see who we sign week 1 of free agency. Okay, I don't see our team overall any higher. Did we not sign anyone? Do I not know how this works? Did nobody want to sign with us? That could be what happened. Week 2. Okay, we're a little bit higher of an overall. It looks like we added somebody. We added Odell Beckham Jr. This is gonna be a rough one. At 31 years old, hey, we'll take it. And let's see if we sign anyone week 3. I am expecting a decent bit of players here. Okay, we went up a few more overall. What did the CPU do? Nobody else on offense. No, I lied. Nathan Peterman. Is it bad I want to start him next year? No, we're gonna draft a QB, but I kind of want to start him. Did we for real sign nobody on defense? Why did our defense go up in overall? Am I tripping? All right, I'm losing it. I thought we were like a 21 overall defense. It's probably a good thing the CPU didn't sign many players, but I feel like it's gonna go a little more hard in the future once other players are interested. But let's get to the draft and let's see what we can do. But there are some interesting players here early in the draft. Shaquem Miller is interesting at defensive tackle. Great strength. I mean, at least great everything with elite agility and acceleration. Lots of A ratings. I am very scared of taking defensive tackle early, though. They are almost never good. There are lots of tackles here, too, but unfortunately for us, I focus scouted QB, and there's just nothing. There's not a single first-round talent, so we legitimately might be starting Nathan Peterman next year. So it's either Shaquem Miller or we trade back. I don't trust him, so let's trade back. We are going to be trading the #1 pick away for 2 first-round picks from the Bears, their second and their third. I think we're going to go with a corner with this first pick, and I kind of like Tremaine McAllister. He has elite speed, elite acceleration, but he only ran a 4.42. I wouldn't call that elite, but everything else at the combine he was terrible with, so that actually makes me a little worried he might not be that good. He at least has a man, though. I am unsure sure if I actually want to do that. We'll take a chance. This could be a terrible pick. That'd be a great way to kick off the rebuild. Let's take him. He does have hidden dev, thankfully. 95 speed, 95 excel. I don't know how with only a 4.42, but sure. In back-to-back picks, ooh, a first-round receiver with 4.66 speed. What a weird player. I kind of like Denzel Ware. We're going for really young players. He's only 21 years old. The only thing is we don't have him scouted very well. This could actually be a bad pick. We're really hoping he has a medium route. But he had a good combine, elite acceleration. I just honestly can't find anyone else super great in this range, so let's go with Denzel Ware. Hidden dev, 92 speed, 95 excel. Again, sounds good. Probably only like a 75, but we'll take that. And there was a really insane looking guard. He's still here. Everett Monroe, or Everett, not Evitt. Look at that combine. I'm not even going to say anything about it. Just look at it. 4 elite traits. The only thing is his power isn't very good, but he also has A finesse, A lead block, A awareness. He is a little older at 23, which does kind of matter in this game, but he looks really good, so let's take him. Another hidden dev, 97 strength, 82 jumping at guard. That's insane. At 319 pounds, 79 agility. What a weird, this might be the most athletic lineman I've ever seen. And I think last pick I'm gonna show, all the second to third round talent QBs are unfortunately gone, so it might be Nathan Peterman's season. I was joking when I said that, but it legitimately is. Ooh, this corner's still here. Terrell Carruth, however you say that last name, I don't know. So many players in this draft have that name, or in drafts in general. I don't know how to say it. Carruthers. He looks good. He's not that athletic, but great acceleration. He has a few great traits, but look at his ratings. They look amazing. Let's take him. We are 4 for 4 on hidden devs. We will take it. Here's how we did in the draft. This might be one of my best drafts ever. Let me see where the players that we got rank. So we got the best player in the class in Everett Monroe. Damn, I wanted that tight end. He was really good, but I was hoping he would be available in the early second, but I mean, we got a better player. Shaquem Miller was really good, but it was absolutely worth trading down. Keith Thomas, I was also hoping would be available, but Denzel Ware is, I guess, tied for the 4th overall highest player at an 80. Tremaine McAllister is also up there. Terrell Carruthers, whatever, is also up there. I mean, we got 3 top 10 players / 4 top 15 players in the entire class. That's crazy. And also, oh damn, I forgot. We almost went 100% on hidden devs. Just the last pick, Roman Gold, which is a fire name, had normal dev, unfortunately. Every single other player had hidden dev. Tyrell Daniels isn't very good, but hidden dev. This was probably my best draft ever, and definitely a time where we needed it. So let's get into year 2, or I guess year 1. But here's a look at the team heading into year 1. This is the weirdest team I've ever had. It is 12 overall players, practice squad guys, hidden dev rookies, and Odell and Nathan Peterman, and nothing else. This is the Industrial Revolution and its consequences. I don't know what this team is. This is the stupidest team I've ever had. And is it bad that I actually have hope that this team can do well? Actually, I take that back. We don't have a good running back at all, but I still have hope. But literally the best thing we could have done for this team is have a great rookie class the first year. That should set this rebuild off so well, and a lot of these players probably will be very good overalls by the end of this, assuming we can afford to re-sign them, which is a thing we'll get into later. I also moved the O-lineman around. I moved Monroe to left tackle for obvious reasons. I mean, right guard doesn't allow many sacks, and left tackle allows the most, so we'll put our best player there. I'm also gonna do this. We'll see if we can get Ware Rookie of the Year, maybe. But let's get to the midseason point of year 1, and we will see how this team does. Probably no wins, but you never know. Hey, all right, first win of the rebuild. We are 1-6. I think the last time I've done something similar to this, it took us a while to get that first win, so we're off to a pretty good start, I say, as we're 1-6. We have some players to is this just going to be the 12 overalls? Oh, and Nathan Peterman. I think I'm good. Should I let the CPU handle this too? Nah, I mean, this isn't really adding free agents. Trey Wolf looks like Theo Vaughn or something. Just the mullet, I guess. But definitely nobody there I'm dying to re-sign. We do have the worst defense in the league, but we have the 26th scoring offense, so hey, we'll take it. And we almost have a top 10 passing game with Nathan Peterman. Hold on. He's doing pretty well. I mean, the completion percentage isn't great, but the touchdown interception ratio. Also, wait, Elliott Fry came in and threw a touchdown. Where was that last year? I guess he had a much worse team last year, but this is an interesting interesting rebuild so far. But let's get to the end of the season and we will see how this team finishes. Okay, well, we definitely fell off in the second half of the year, but we're literally a 60 overall team, so that is to be expected. That is fine. We shouldn't have won a game to begin with yet. But let's check out our season stats super quick. Nathan Peterman was okay. Kylan Hill did better than I expected. I thought he would have like 1.9 yards per attempt. He had 3.1, which sucks, but he's also a 67 overall. Denzel Ware, almost 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. We are really hoping for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Also, I forgot to start Dylan Stoner. I am absolutely throwing. My fault. The blocking was better than it probably should be, with 12 overalls starting. The 12 overall allowed the least amount of sacks on the team for a starter. It is right guard, but still, just think about that for a second. That's like throwing me out there, and I perform the best on the O-line. That's crazy. Tyrell Daniels had 154 tackles. I mean, that'll happen when your team sucks. Lots of tackles. TFLs, we had a good amount. Junior Raymond, 6 sacks, 13 TFLs, but those 6 sacks outperformed the rest of the team total. We only had 4 total sacks outside of him. In picks, 2 for Carruthers, whatever, and then 1 for 3 players. 0 for McAllister. He wasn't, well, he had 11 pass deflections. He was actually pretty good. I knew it. MVP goes to Dak. Jonathan Taylor up there, that's interesting. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jonathan Taylor. Probably had 2,000 yards or something. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Denzel Ware. Okay, we'll take it. That's huge. Oh, and we'll have to see what the dev traits are. Zach Fullerton, the tight end at number 9, and Tyrell Daniels wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Not exactly who I expected to win it before the year, but kinda. I mean, linebacker on a bad team is gonna do well, with tackles at least. Raymond at number 3. I was hoping we could top 2, but we were close. Carruthers at number 10, or Carruthers, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm probably gonna change his last name because I'll get sick of saying it. But let's see what kind of dev traits we got. They could be super disappointing. They very well could be, but let's see. Okay, no, not really. Ware has superstar. Same with Monroe. Wright has star, which I expected. I was hoping Fullerton could have a really good dev trait because tight ends usually do. But star, I mean, it's better than normal, I guess. And then Ware should obviously go up to X Factor after the year at only 20, I guess 22 at the time, years old. He also has 89 medium route, so apparently that was an A. I don't know what it was to begin the year. Oh, shit. Daniels had X Factor? Okay, so he was going to be good either way, but with Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's actually insane. A terrible cover player, but 81 strength. This might be the player I have ever developed most in a rebuild by the end of this. We'll see. Because he started at, what, a 66? He could be a 90-something by the end of this. And then McAllister as superstar. Unfortunately, both of the D linemen only have star. I was hoping one of them would have superstar, and Carruthers only has star. But let's get into the second offseason of this rebuild. Let's see how much XP we get from the awards, and let's see what the CPU wants to do this year. Hopefully more than last year, but we might be better off not going too hard in free agency. We'll just see what happens. The Chiefs win another Super Bowl, this time over the Commanders. Actually, I don't know if they won last year. They didn't, so they do win one here over a different NFC East opponent in the Commanders of all teams. But I don't think we're going to bring anyone back. Unfortunately, we're not going to bring the GOAT Nathan Peterman back. He was okay, but we definitely want to upgrade there. And then I think this is all of our 12 overalls going to be leaving this year. But let's see what kind of upgrades we got. Oh god, 12 upgrade points for Quinn Norton. But Tyrell Daniels is going to be up to a 78. Actually, maybe lower. I think I'm going to go field general because it's his scheme and I want him to be better in coverage. I guess Madden overalls don't matter anyways. Ooh, but it did work out. He got an extra upgrade from that. So he's now up to a 79. And Ware unfortunately only got 1. Really? For 1,000? What? Nah, that's some bullshit. I'm giving him X Factor. I don't care. That's crazy. I literally don't think the game gave us a single dev up. I guess the only one we could have gotten was Ware, really, but that's still crazy. But now for the main part of this rebuild, the most interesting part, which wasn't super interesting last year. I mean, it kind of was. Ooh, and what kind of, hold on 1 second. What kind of practice squad players did we get? We're up to a 74. Okay, well, we don't have a left guard. It put right at left guard. How are we a 74? Oh, and actually with the dev ups, I lied. Mike Rose got star dev. Ooh, huge. But anyways, hopefully we're more active, but, you know, hopefully we sign actual good players that aren't, you know, 40 years old. Let's see what the CPU wants to do. We went up 4 overall. Did we get someone big? That was a lot of money, I think. Didn't we have like 200 and something mil? Okay, it might have gone crazy this year. Okay, I need to go best overall lineup, generate best lineup. I knew it was gonna do that. Why did I know we were gonna get Tua at some point in this rebuild? He used to be a pretty good player in like older games, I guess last year's game, but it looks like he's been doing actually pretty well here, stats-wise. Not a great completion percentage last year, but we'll see what happens. That's all we can really do. Kind of same with Javonte Williams. I mean, good player in real life, but oh no, he actually has been good here. Okay, I've gotten him before and he was terrible. So it's good to see he's actually good here. Not terrible, but definitely not good. The CPU also signed Brandon Cooks, so we love our old receivers that are a little bit washed, unfortunately. And Richie Grant, Michael Pierce, really strange group of free agents. And I can just kind of cut players at will. I mean, when it'll make sense. So if these guys start to regress and play terribly, then we can just cut them if it'll save us a lot of money. But let's see. That was only week 1. Let's see what the CPU does in week 2. We're now up to an 80 overall. This team is getting good already. What? DeAndre Hopkins? This is why this is going to be a challenging rebuild. The Madden CPU has the dumbest logic in the world. We already have 2 old receivers. We don't need a third one. God, dude. What's the contract? 2 years, 26, it looks like. Exactly 26. That's not like a horrible contract for us, but why? What's the point? And it also signed Jamin Davis. That's fine. That's probably the best signing so far, but I bet he wasn't cheap. It probably paid him like an edge rusher. No, that's not too bad. Probably like 7.75 per year, something like that. That's not too bad. I wouldn't mind if it did sign an actual pass rusher though. But now the final week for this offseason. Anyone else? It's taken a long time. Okay, that was a decent chunk of money there too. Wait, I'm scared. Okay, Ben Cleveland, Chukwuma Okorafor, Paris Campbell? Why? Quit paying receivers. Sion Taki, Zach Cunningham, like we don't have enough linebackers. Elijah Molden, Nick McLeod. This is a tough challenge. This is gonna be hard. We are just blowing money for no reason. It doesn't know how to differentiate pass rushing outside linebackers and off-ball outside linebackers. So it's trying to pay an outside linebacker when we don't, you know, need an off-ball. It's like, oh, hole at left outside linebacker, let's sign one, but it's signing the wrong style. We need to draft 2 outside linebackers, 2 edge rushers quick, so it stops doing that. But let's get to the draft. I highly doubt we're gonna be able to replicate what we did last year, but hopefully we can have a good draft. We should have the number 1 pick again. But of course, we again have the number 1 pick. And are there still any teams that have multiple first-round picks? Because if there are, I will definitely trade down. I don't think there are anymore, though. Teams just never trade for first-round picks, or really at all, in simulation either. So yeah, I don't know if it would be worth trading down, but we'll see who's available. We still might. There is a top 5 talent QB, but, you know, we have Tua. Jermaine Dupri looks pretty damn good at receiver. We obviously don't need one anymore, but if we're planning for the future, that could be a pretty good pick, because all of our receivers are old. Honestly, I think this draft class is really different from last year. Nathan Rose, this safety looks really good, actually. Really good. We might be able to pick up an insane amount of value if we trade back to the later first and pick him. See, this is the time where I really wish teams had multiple first-round picks, because I would trade back to like 9 and like 26 or something and pick Dupree and Rose, but we can't really do that. I'm still gonna trade back though. There isn't really anyone that good looking early on. All right, we're actually gonna do something similar to what we did last year. This time only 1 first this year, but we're getting an extra first next year, just because I don't really love the players in this range. We're getting a 2nd this year and next year, and then a 3rd this year, a 4th next year. We're basically stealing the beginning of the Bengals draft for the next 2 years. They're probably going to go with a defensive end or an outside linebacker, maybe a tackle. A tackle, okay. It's always one of the two, for whatever reason. It's almost never a QB. And do I want Nathan Rose, or I guess our receiver's gone? But it's a little early for Nathan Rose. Not value-wise, I don't think, but just where he's supposed to go. Ooh, Telvin Duval looks pretty damn good. Not the best acceleration or change of direction though. Maybe not, but he does look good. Let's trade back again. Let's pick up another first round pick. John Benedict at center also looks pretty good. Not the best finesse, guess, but pretty good. Okay, wow. This is the first time I've ever seen a trade not go through with very high player interest, or trade interest. At least not in a long time. I mean, the trade calculator says this is fair. All right, let me cook up a different trade then, because there isn't really much I can do about that. Watch this one go through. No, okay. I wish trades like this would just go through. If they're that close, they should just go through. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why? Why are you making me do this? I can't even see the gap in the trade interest. This is stupid. This is so stupid. Should I just not even trade back? I will, but is this even worth it for us? How did that not move the interest at all? A 7th? Oh my God. I'm going through it right now. Okay, finally. I don't even know if this is worth it. We're trading down 8 spots. We're flipping a 4th for their 3rd, a 4th next year for their 2nd next year, and a 6th next year for their 4th next year. What a weird trade. I guess that works out for us. Sure. If the safety isn't here anymore, I'm gonna scream. Is he not? Oh my God. I mean, he was a 1st to 2nd round talent. I thought, or not talent. He was probably a top 5 talent, but projected 1st to 2nd rounder. Did he go 1 pick before us? Let me see. No, I don't know, man. Telvin Duval is still here. I don't know what else to do, so sure. Hidden Dev, 93 speed. Why not? Whatever. We have like 7 receivers now, but half of them are 40 years old, so that's a pick for the future. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like any of these guards, at least that much. Let me look through. I'll find someone to take. I was half thinking about taking Von Harris in the 1st round. That was before I looked at his ratings with the C play rec, C to F hit power, B to D pursuit, but I like the A power moves, A tackle, possibly A block shed. I doubt it, but he had a good combine too. Nothing elite. He's probably gonna have normal dev, but I think he'll be a decent overall. So let's take him. And he does have normal, but we'll see what his overall is. And honestly, I don't really see anyone else that looks that good. Let's just go with Khalil Charles. He has good speed at least, elite acceleration, A-man, B-zone at corner. We don't really need another corner that bad, but if we can take a good player, I'll just take a good player over need. So we'll take him. Hidden Dev, 92 speed, 94 excel. Sounds good. And I think that's all I'm gonna show for this draft unless I find someone crazy. Okay, yeah, definitely not as good of a draft as last year, but we expected that, and it still wasn't terrible. We added some value for sure. I thought Telvin Duval would be a much higher overall, though. I thought he would be like a 77. He's only a 74. Just, yeah, not very high agility or acceleration or change of direction. That's not exactly great for a playmaker-style receiver, believe it or not. And yeah, Von Harris, only a 74. I thought he would also be a higher overall. Same with Khalil Charles. Same with Johnny. Was this just a terrible draft class? I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be great, but oh, maybe. The number 1 pick was only a 75. Of course, there's Nathan Rose. Oh, he went at 15. And yeah, he was an 80 overall. Wish we got him. I didn't even look at tackle, but I should have. Marco Harvey looks good. That's tough. I wish we got, I guess maybe we should have stayed at 12, but I just thought Rose would go in the like 24 to like 38-ish range. But it is what it is. Definitely not our best draft, but is Dupree the first receiver I wanted? That's exactly who that is, isn't it? Fuck. That would have been a good pick too. Both of the players I was looking at were 80 overalls, and we ended up with 2 74s. You hate to see it. But here we are heading into year 2. This team is pretty good, man. We're looking nice. We're only an 80 overall, which isn't terrible, but that's 20 overall better than last year. Or I meant to say it isn't great. It also isn't terrible though. But we should hopefully do pretty well this year. Again, I don't think we're gonna do well, actually. I think we're gonna have a couple wins, but that'll be better than, you know, what we have had. And you never know, we could actually do pretty well. And obviously not as many hidden devs this year, but it'll still be interesting to see what they are. Did we really only get 2 hidden devs? That's crazy. Okay, very different draft from last year's, unfortunately. Just kind of a weaker class, and we got a little bit unlucky, but it is what it is. But anyways, enough yapping. I'm interested to see how the team will do, so let's get to the midseason point. Okay, well, we are actually 3-3 at the midseason. Better than I expected. We still have a really terrible defense, but our offense is almost top 10, but for yards, it's 17th, and our defense is 9th. I guess we have a good pass D, but our run D is so bad that it drags it down to 31st for points per game. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? We're doing good. That's what matters. Looks like Tua's doing well. I won't go too far into the stats, though. I doubt we have anyone to re-sign still. Maybe Odell, but it was probably a long-term deal for some reason. No, he is here. Okay. I don't think we're going to bring him back for obvious reasons. We have about 20 receivers. Michael Pierce, maybe at the end of the year, after he regresses. The CPU also signed Josh Dobbs as the backup because we didn't have enough players there. I guess I'll re-sign Mike Rose because he has star dev, but I don't think he's developed a single overall since he got that star dev. But again, quick mid-season point. Let's just get to the end of the year and we will see what kind of record we finish with. My guess is 6-11, but hopefully a little better. Okay, well, actually, here we are at the end of year number 2, and if you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. You might be surprised to see that we're here, but before I reveal how we did in year number 2, if you haven't already, again, be sure to leave a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate it. No like goal today, just, you know, experimenting out here, but I would very much appreciate it if you enjoy the video, of course. And subscribe for more. Trying to hit 50K soon. I have a very special video coming out whenever we do hit that. Wait, I haven't even checked my sub count in like 2 days. Are we at it? We are less than 500 away. By the time this comes out, we very well could be at it. So maybe on to 60K, we'll see. Subscribe if you want to be an OG of the channel. And of course, last thing, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. Actually, I lied. Also, turn on notifications for the channel if you want to get notified whenever I upload and be one of the first people to ever see these videos, because my upload schedule is weird. But anyways, in year number 2, we finished the opposite of what I predicted, 11-6. Our performance at the midseason screamed choke all over it. That's a choke all over it. That's not usually a great thing to say. But you know, our yardage totals weren't great at the midseason. Well, I guess they were pretty good. Our offense wasn't great, but our defensive yardage total was. I guess it didn't really play a role here because it ended up being the other way around. I don't know what happened. We had a really good offense. We had a really bad defense. Sure, we'll take it. Let's go super quick again over the season stats though. Tua in his first year here, almost 4,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, and only 6 picks. He was very, very good. 1,300 yards for Javonte Williams, only 4.2 per carry, which is good. 13 touchdowns. Duval was our leading receiver, not even 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Denzel Ware didn't get much production, but Fullerton did. We had a very split receiving core, or like split receiving options. That's interesting. Our highest overall lineman ended up playing the worst, of course. Daniels had 124 tackles for loss, 18 for Von Harris as a rookie. He's probably gonna, oh no, we're gonna get cucked again. He's gonna be number 2 for defensive rookie of the year. I don't think we've had a number 2 yet in this rebuild, but that's gonna happen. It has to happen at least once per rebuild. And 8.5 sacks for Junior Raymond. Doesn't even look like he played that many snaps. Yeah, only 578. I thought I had him as the number 1 defensive tackle, but I wish I did. I might make him the number 1 rush defensive tackle. In interceptions, 2 for McAllister and then 1 for a few players. But MVP, if it was Dak Prescott again, it goes to Lamar Jackson. That's cool. That's fine. Tua at number 4. Rare Madden W, rare good signing. I guess Odell played pretty well too. I mean, you know, that was more production of the offense, but we'll still take it. Mac Jones on the Vikings at number 9. All right, sure, why not? Tua at number 6 for Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year. We get cucked for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Telvin Duval at number 2. Eddie Matthews wins it for the Jets. Pearson, I think our running back at number 6. I'm stupid. I forgot we signed Javonte Williams, or the CPU did, so I just went crazy picking running backs at the end of the draft, forgetting that we signed a running back. I picked like 4, just hoping I could hit a good one when we didn't even need one really to begin with. I'm smart. We get double cucked. Awesome. Cool. But we are going to be taking on the 89 overall Kansas City Chiefs in the wild card. We have a playoff rival scenario. We will go chess match. That's what I always go with. In first of many, we'll go play it cool. Y'all know me. But let's sim this game, and I think we all know how this is going to go. How it should go. And yeah, we lose 37-31. That's fair. We are an 83 overall team. Ooh, and we have a Ravens-Eagles Super Bowl. That's really interesting. The Ravens win it 31-21. Better than seeing Chiefs-Cowboys every year. Clyde Wayne. What a 1920s ass name. That's the most old man name I've ever seen in this game. That's crazy. But for re-signings, I think I'm going to let everyone go. I mean, there isn't really anyone I'm too interested in keeping here. It's just older players or depth pieces. So let's see what the CPU will do in free agency this year. Probably going to sign 2 receivers and sign a high-level quarterback to be our backup. Can't wait. But let's see what happens week 1. Nothing? We didn't do anything? Maybe that's for the best. Ooh, also, I forgot to check dev traits. Fullerton went up to superstar dev. Almost said his name with a V. And Harris did go up to star. Okay, that's nice. I think that's all the dev traits we got, but definitely better than none. We'll see if the CPU signs anyone this week. Still no? Unless it did sign a backup QB. B or something. I really don't see anyone though. Did it sign Kelvin Joseph? Really? Why? He wasn't like a practice squad guy, was he? No? Okay. I don't really get that one, but sure. In week 3, the last week of this offseason, nothing. I actually don't even think we signed Kelvin Joseph because we had 125 mil through the whole thing. But I don't know where he would have came from. It wouldn't have paid a practice squad guy like 3.5 mil. I'm confused. I don't know. So the CPU just didn't go for anybody in free agency. That's odd, but probably good because it probably would have signed somebody really stupid. So let's get to the draft. But we pick at number 23 this year. Of course, the pick we traded for ended up sucking, apparently. So we have number 23 and 25. Let's see what we want to do with these picks. I didn't really see anyone too great in this range, though. Oh, who's this running back? I mean, we definitely don't need him, but he looks pretty damn good. Should we go with another receiver? He looks all right. This center looks pretty damn good, too. I didn't even show him when I was speaking, but that's kind of funny. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to show him again. All these centers look insane. There are like 8 good centers this year. Should we just make the nastiest O-line of all time and take all centers? That might be a good strategy. Like, unironically, that might be pretty good. That would be insane, but it might work. This is going to be a terrible draft. I already know it. I apologize in advance. Amari Sullivan looks good. A awareness, A power moves, elite acceleration. Gonna have normal dev, but could be good, maybe. There ain't shit here. Even like the 2nd to 3rd round defensive tackles I liked are gone. So they were apparently good. It's all picked clean here. I mean, I see a few good players later, like probably Darrell Gunter, but I'm not gonna take him here. I don't know, dude. Jamie Cox? Is that gay Jamie Foxx? That's a fucking stupid joke. This is gonna be a terrible pick. Let's go with Amari Sullivan. He is only 21. He's a weird build. He's 6'5", 274. Definitely more of a 4-3 defensive end, but we'll still take him. Yeah, hit normal dev. That was predictable. This really fell off after the first year of drafting. Let's go with Hobson. Ooh, actually, Weathers looks pretty good. I don't know if he's good. He might not be, but he has A short route, B to D medium route, B to D awareness. I'm throwing at this point, so let's continue with it. Elite jumping. He's a weird player. Sure. Okay, he actually does have hidden and 96 jumping, 92 speed. Sure. The other receiver was probably much better, but I just felt like doing that. And let's go with one of the 15 good centers here. Let's go with Jamie McGuire out of Cal. He has A pass block power. It doesn't look like he even has bad finesse. Hopefully A impact and lead block, because I've seen that's a really good indicator for a really high overall offensive lineman is if they have both good A or both A impact block and lead block. I guess a lot of players maybe have it. Maybe that isn't the best indicator. Oh well, whatever. Jamie McGuire, welcome to the team. Oh, what was that? I'll try to remember to include that in the video. I won't, but it looked like we were getting sucked into something. I wish. It's been a while. But here's how we did in the draft. Amari Sullivan, overall wise, was a pretty good pick. Let me see where a 76 ranks in the class. Hold on. Damn, that running back was very good. There were 3 insane running backs. 2 of them were named Orlando? Okay. Or 4 good running backs. What the fuck? But a 76 was tied for 19th, so that was a good pick, but just no dev tray, unfortunately. Looker was okay at a 75. Weathers is okay. I still have it sorted by overall. McGuire, our first center, wasn't that good. This was another kind of horrible draft class. I mean, it's similar to pretty much every other team's draft class. Honestly, better than a lot of them, but was there even anyone good I could have picked in that range of like our first pick? Okay, Hobson was the better receiver. I said that. There was the running back, but we didn't need him. There was a linebacker. We wouldn't have needed another linebacker or corner or running back. Okay, well, that was, at least for that range, maybe the best player I could have gotten. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess that's a good thing, but there just dead ass wasn't a good option in that range. Other than the receiver I knew I should have taken. But here we are heading into year 3. We're better than last year. That's a positive. We're an 82 compared to, what, an 80 last year to start out. We didn't really improve too much this year. We kind of needed a good free agent class because most of our team was already set from, you know, previous drafts. Really, the CPU hasn't done much for us if you look at it. Just our backfield, Tua and Javonte Williams, and that's pretty much it. That's literally it on offense, at least for players I'm starting. On defense, it signed 2 safeties that I'm still using in Jamin Davis, and that's it. So bro. The CPU has done literally nothing for me. Well, I can't say that, but for most of this team. But hopefully we can play well again. We're only a 56 scheme fit for offense. For defense, we're a better one, but hopefully that doesn't matter too much. We'll see. If our defense sucks again this year, we might switch our defensive playbook because it should be at least okay this year. I guess it is only an 80 overall still. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get to the midseason point. I don't think we're going to do as well as last year, but next year we could do super well. Okay, yeah, good prediction. We are 2-5. I used to be really good at predicting like what our record would be. I feel like that's less so the case now, but I figured we would at least be worse this year. But I mean, we're an 84 overall to be fair. Like the Dolphins are only an 84 and they're 4-3. Yeah, our defense sucks again, but it is also bad on paper. The Dolphins is actually worse at an 83. Simulation is so fucked in this game, dude. It is all over the place. So if we're developing that quick, we must have gotten like a better than superstar dev somewhere, or better than star dev somewhere in the draft, maybe? Why that? I don't know why I went to depth chart. Okay, well, none are revealed on offense. Actually, that's a lie. Our linemen are, and both of them only have star, McGuire and Looker. And then none are revealed on defense yet, so I don't know. They all look like they are probably just star. We really just had that one good draft, and it's been shit ever since. I mean, it hasn't been bad at all. I mean, it was better than most other teams' drafts, but not as good as that first one. And we're not going to re-sign anyone. There isn't really anyone I want to bring back too desperately at all. It is both starting safeties, but I'm okay. But let's just get straight to the end of the year once again, and we will see what kind of record we end up with. Probably not great, but I guess we could bounce back. We'll see. Okay, that was a good prediction. We finished 9-8, and we make the playoffs. We actually had a pretty good defense and a very good offense. A top 10 offense, number 14 defense for yards. Hey, we'll take it. Whoa. How many teams went 9-8 this year? Okay, at least in the NFC, I see 5 teams. For the AFC, I see us and the Steelers. 9-8 was apparently the record this year, as it usually is in simulation, for whatever reason. Oh my, there were 9-8 teams. Okay, cool. We have some upgrades though, anything important? Marcus Turner, we'll take it. But again, let's go super quick over the season stats. Tua was very good once again. Really similar year to last year. A little lower with the numbers, but was still very good. Javonte Williams also very similar to last year. Interesting. But Denzel Ware, I remembered to put him as the #1 slot and our #1 receiver. So 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Duvall did well. Fullerton did well, but not many touchdowns. Everett Monroe has been pretty bad at left tackle. I think I'm going to move him to guard, where he probably should be. As we all know, overall doesn't mean anything in this game, so an 89 overall tackle's really playing like a 69. Nice. Brian Wright was pretty bad at center. I mean, that's not many sacks total, but the players that should have done well didn't, at least with Monroe. Daniels led the team in tackles, TFLs 15 for Raymond, 12 for Turner, 10 for Harrison Sullivan, and sacks 11.5 for Junior Raymond. He has been very good. 20 sacks in the last 2 seasons, we'll take it. 20 TFLs, but 8.5 sacks for Turner. Not much from our edge group. Is Amari Sullivan gonna get cucked for Defensive Rookie of the Year again? I mean, he wasn't that good, but it could happen. And then 4 picks for McAllister, 2 for Molden, and then 1 for a few players. We had a decent amount of picks. Surprising. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Tua at number 5. Tua at number 7 for Offensive Player of the Year. Ware at number 9. Raymond at number 8 for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie, it didn't load for a second. We get cucked for literally the 3rd time. Awesome. It almost happened for the 4th time in 4 possible spots. Sullivan was at number 3. We just can't win one outside of that first year. Oh yeah, and let's check out dev traits. I'm guessing all-star, but you never know. Oh yeah, wait. Okay, Weathers only has star, unfortunately. I think we already knew that at the midseason. Weldon only has star, and Robinson, it looks like he only has star. He only went up 1 overall throughout the year, so, or maybe 2. I don't know. We've been getting really unlucky with the dev traits since that first year. We got all our luck out of the way year 1. And even then, most of those guys were just star outside of 2. Or I guess 3. I think Monroe had 1. Or was he year 1? I don't know. Whatever. But we're going to be taking on the Bills in the wild card. They are a better overall team and at home, so if we lose this game, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. But either way, hopefully we can sign some good free agents this year. I mean, it's not up to me. We'll just see what happens. But anyways, let's sim this game. And we do actually win 34-28. This is something I just thought of. How many of the games last week did the away team win? 4 out of 6. In Madden, is it a home field disadvantage in simulation? Because I bet most of these teams were the lower overall team. That's something. Yeah, the Panthers were definitely a lower overall than the Seahawks, I would guess. We were a lower overall than the Bills. The Packers might have been a higher overall. The Ravens were, that was a home game win though. I don't know, I might do some research into that, trying to figure out what kind of meth Madden simulation is on. But I think this is GG's on our playoffs this year. We're gonna be taking on the 16-1 Kansas City Chiefs. We have a playoff blizzard. Surely that'll be great for an LA team. We're probably gonna win this game. Honestly, I feel like we are. We're an away team. They're a much higher overall team, and the weather is very not in our favor. We're probably gonna lose. Or win, I mean, because we shouldn't. But we have a playoff rivals scenario. We will go chess match, y'all know me. And we have upgrades, anything important. Telvin Duval, Brian Wright, Anthony, 3 starters, we'll take it. So we shouldn't win this game. We should realistically get absolutely destroyed. Let's see what happens. Okay, never mind, we do. Okay, that's fair. That's what should happen. I'm okay with that. But this is a very huge offseason. The CPU needs to go crazy in free agency. And you know what? To make sure that happens, or at least to try to make it happen, I'm going to restructure like as many contracts as I can to free up a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, we already have 167 mil, which is more than enough, but let's try to create even more. And for re-signings, is there anyone I want now? Oh, we have the 5th year for Denzel Ward. It is Ware, not Ward. It is 31 mil though. That's a lot, but we'll pick it up. Same with McAllister, 24 mil, but that's not that bad for an 88 overall superstar corner. And then I don't think we're gonna re-sign anybody just because I don't wanna. And let me see how much money we can free up through restructures. But we are now up to 189 mil to work with. I guess not we, but the CPU. So a good amount of restructuring there. But I mean, I think that's literally all there is for us to do. And all we can do is hope that the CPU signs some good players. Hopefully some safeties. At least one. We can draft one, but our safety group isn't great anymore. We're also definitely hoping for a pass rusher if there is a good one. But honestly, that's about it. We might be good to just keep developing these players and drafting. Just we probably want to sign a pass rusher and a safety. So will the CPU do that? It'll probably sign a backup quarterback and that's it. But hopefully it makes some good choices. So let's see what happens for week 1. Was I even in week 1? Yes, and unfortunately, nothing. Again, did I mess up a setting? I mean, I don't have the option to check free agency, so no, but that's really weird. I guess just players aren't wanting to sign with us or something. Yeah, we still have off-season free agency. I don't know, but I think week 2 is usually the biggest week, so let's see what happens here. Still nothing? Still 189 mil to work with in the CPU. We're pulling the Cowboys off-season strategy this year. And then week 3, still nothing. I don't know if there's like something I could do to make it sign someone, but that's just how it goes sometimes. It's out of my control. That's why this is a challenge. But let's get to the draft and let's see who we can add. Ooh, this is a really good safety class. I didn't think any of these guys would still be available, and they are literally all here. Not a single safety got taken. Do I like Damian Bailey or Tony Kinney? Tony Kinney has elite strength, but only solid acceleration and decent change of direction. Damian Bailey only has decent strength, but elite acceleration, elite agility. I kind of like Damian Bailey more. Tony Kinney's more of a zone safety. Kinney is a much better run stopper though. Ooh, I kind of like Kinney. What if we trade up and get both? How crazy would that be? We'll pull the Texans strategy last year in real life, but way later in the draft instead of 2 and 3. First one, let's go Damian Bailey out of LSU. Looks very good. Hidden dev, 94 speed, 95 excel. This was like a dream come true for a draft. This is like legitimately best case scenario. And let's trade up with, I guess, the Buccaneers. This isn't a realistic rebuild, but I like to keep my trades realistic-ish. They need a left guard, Lance Stallings, sure. And let's give them, I don't know. I don't want to give up our first next year. All right, goofy trade here. We're going to be giving Stallings a second this year and a third this year and a second next year for their first round pick, the Buccaneers' first round pick. I traded for the wrong picks. Those were supposed to be 2028 4ths and 6ths. Oops. Can I just trade? I wonder if I can just trade those for 2028 picks. I might be able to. I don't know which was theirs. They pick after feature us, so these. Will they do this? They might. They do. Okay, cool. I don't know why, but we have very high trade interest on, so sure. And now, pretty much our last pick of this draft until the end of the 4th. Was that dude named Daniel? Oh no, Donnell Jones. I thought it was Daniel Jones. But Tony Kinney, the only thing that's bad about him is the man coverage, and his acceleration and change of direction aren't the best, but other than that, I mean, he ran a 4.31 at his pro day. Sounds good to me. Another hidden dev, 95 speed, only 89 change of direction, or 89 acceleration, only 80 change of direction, but also 91 jumping, 75 strength. We went from no safeties to, well, we'll just see how good these safeties are in a second. Okay, yeah, that's about right. Okay, we went from no safeties to an 82 and an 83, both with star dev, or, well, hidden dev, star or better. Those are two amazing picks. We got lucky that they were still there, but I am definitely glad they were. I was hoping they could be both 80 overalls. I was thinking we would be, or they would be like a 78 and an 81 maybe, but an 82 and an 83 is about as good as I could have expected. I think we're gonna switch them though. I think Kinney's gonna be our free safety because he's a better zone fit. Bailey isn't a good scheme fit at strong safety, but I would rather have one fit than no fits. Or wait, oh, they're both strong safeties. For some reason, I thought one was already free. I don't know, I'm just yapping. I also took Raekwon Porter just because he was another one of those A power moves, A tackle, good speed, but terrible strength and block shedding type of guys. I don't know, they're super interesting. Normally they have hidden dev, but I haven't taken one with hidden dev in a while. I was just about to say they don't usually go down to outside linebacker because they already have bad strength, but of course Porter did. But yeah, what a first couple picks. That's crazy. Let's get into, wow, let's get into whatever season we're in. I've lost count. Year 4, I think. But here we are heading into year 4. I mean, this team is pretty good. We're up to an 86, 89 overall offense. Also, Ware is getting close to a 99 overall. He is up to a 96, 97 with morale. He's 98 catching. He looks pretty good. His release isn't very good for a 96 overall. Neither is his deep route. I guess he's just a pure slot receiver. That's interesting. He's also only an 86 physical. He's 94 catch in traffic, 91 spec catch, 96 jumping. Or 90, none of that was right. 98 catching is what I meant to say. I'm having a rough one. I guess just the release. And then only an 84 overall defense, but it really should develop this year. I mean, it's obviously very young. There aren't many free agents here. The only free agent starting is Jamin Davis. Everyone else we drafted, or the CPU has done us no favors, as I expected. I thought it would absolutely throw and just sign older players to long-term expensive deals, but it really only did that year 1 with the receivers, so I guess this is better than that. I do wish it signed a pass rusher, but I'm glad it didn't sign a safety. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point of year 4 and we will see how we're looking. Hopefully better than last year, but I don't remember how we did last year. I recorded that 2 days ago. Okay, well, we are only 3-3 again, unfortunately. I think, well, last year we might have been 2-5. I can't remember, but we don't have a very good yardage offense, but we do have a good yardage defense. But it looks like everything is like at least okay on offense, like third down percentage giveaways, but on defense, it all looks pretty bad. I don't understand what's happening. But we have an upgrade for Terrell Carruthers. I don't know. I still need to change his name, but I won't. I'm lazy. But hopefully we definitely can bounce back in the second half of the year. I mean, we've had decent playoff success. Like, we definitely haven't been bad in this rebuild, but I feel like we're always not very good at the midseason for some reason. But this is the year, I think, where we are going to have to start re-signing our draft picks. Yeah, I forgot to move Everett Monroe to guard. Is he doing better at tackle this year? No. Okay, we're going to do that. I don't want to pay him tackle money, though. He's also not interested. Where does he rank for left tackles? Number 9. I'm trying to think how much trade value I could get for him, because he's only 26, but he's also in a contract year. You're going to have to pay him immediately. He also goes up to a 92 at right guard. He's cheaper there. Let's see if he takes 5 years, 128. He doesn't take it. Cool. Tyrell Daniels will offer him 5 years, 79 mil. He takes it. Cool. Almost up to a 90 overall from the 66 he was when we drafted him. Zach Fullerton also isn't interested. It's honestly easy to draft good tight ends though, so we'll see if we bring him back. Wow, nobody's interested. Why? I guess they're not scheme fits, but Junior Raymond I definitely want back. We'll go 5 years, 79 mil. We're gonna run out of money quick though. Carruthers, I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not gonna re-sign him. Marcus Turner, we'll go 3 years, 30 mil. He doesn't take it. Awesome. Brian Wright, he hasn't been very good. Jamin Davis is interested, but meh. Honestly, I don't know how many of these guys I want back at all. Definitely Monroe, but also he's played poorly. I'm just hoping he'll play better at guard. I want Turner back, but it's not like the end of the world if we don't get him back. Yeah, the rest of these guys, I don't really care, honestly. So we'll reassess that at the end of the year, obviously. And actually, before we get to the end of the year, I almost forgot to do this again. Did I already do it? I don't think so. Question of the day. Let me know this down in the comments. But if you filled out a March Madness bracket, who did you pick to win it? Who did you pick in your championship and who did you pick to win it? I picked Purdue and Auburn. I always go with goofy picks just for fun because I don't really care. I'm sorry, Auburn fans. That's my fault. They got upset immediately after I picked them, so that was cool. Round 1 exit, so my bracket's already dead. But let me know who you picked down in the comments. I basically know nothing about college basketball. It's pretty fun to watch though. But we finish 8 and 9 in year number 4, unfortunately. But I mean, Madden Simulation is just like that. That's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. We're an 89 overall team. Where does that rank in the league? Probably not the best. We probably would have been a higher overall if we actually did well. But I mean, it's pretty good. The Jets are a 90. They have Ken Levy or Levi, whatever. The Falcons tie us at an 89. The Chiefs are a 92. But we're tied for 3rd without like many free agents at all. That's kind of crazy. Our defense was kind of horrible. How long until we switch our defensive playbook? We're also a 36% scheme fit on offense. That might be a problem. Oh, although we're a multiple power run scheme fit, or playbook, but a multiple zone run scheme. I don't think I said it. No, I said that right. We'll switch it to multiple power run. We'll see if that's better. I don't know. Also, I don't know. I'm confusing myself. We'll switch the offensive scheme. And should I go with the defense I've been liking lately? I mean, our defense just isn't that good on paper, though. That's the thing. It's all right, but I think the performance is about fair. We'll stick with it for now. We'll see if that makes any difference for our offense. I don't know. Our defense is up to an 87, which, by the way, Kinney unfortunately only has star, but Damian Bailey has X Factor. I would have almost wished the other way around because Bailey isn't a scheme fit for either side, either free or strong safety, but we'll still take it. I won't complain. But yeah, let's go over our stats real quick. Tua wasn't great. He was okay. Only 23 touchdown passes, 9 picks. In real life, that would be fine, but in Madden, that's not great. 1,300 yards for Williams, again, 12 touchdowns, 4.2 per carry. He's had the same season every year. Ware, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Duval did okay. Weathers did okay. Oh, McGuire at left tackle. Well, to be fair, I don't know how he was doing at the midseason, but definitely wasn't great either way. Monroe did a lot better at right guard. No sacks allowed in the second half of the year. Or did he? He might have allowed 2. I think he did. It's not great from right guard. In half a year for a 92 overall, now a 93, that's rough. But Daniels, 115 tackles, led the team. TFL's 11 for Sullivan, Raymond, and Turner, and sacks 9.5 for Sullivan, 9 for Raymond, 6.5 for Harris, and picks 4 for Bailey. Okay, again, that's probably going to be defensive rookie of the year, which is nice, but I wish that went to Kinney. But hey, we'll take it. Then 2 for McAllister and 1 for a couple players. Not many picks. But MVP goes to Mahomes, of course it does. Division rival. Bryce Young got signed by the Dolphins, apparently, to replace Tua. Nobody up there for either offensive or defensive player of the year. Rookie of the year goes to Amir Dukes for the Patriots. The Patriots had a couple players up there. And defensive rookie of the year does go to Damian Bailey. That's cool. But let's get into maybe like the second to last offseason. We'll see how many more years we do. And hopefully this year, the CPU can sign some players. That would be nice. It did 1 year and then it's like, yeah, that's all we need to do. The Cowboys win. Can we see a different Super Bowl winner, please? Not the Chiefs or Cowboys. They beat the Jags 31-28. Cool. Awesome. But for Everett Monroe, he hasn't been playing well, like straight up. I mean, I don't want to let a 93 overall guard hit the open market, but okay, he does re-sign very player friendly. I didn't even see what the money was. It was probably really expensive, but whatever. Fullerton, we can let go. Turner, I want back, but we'll offer him player friendly again. We'll go 3 years, 35 mil, and he does take it now. And then everybody else, Jamin Davis did get superstar, which is kind of cool, but when did he get that? Did he have that at the start of the year and I just missed it? No, he got it. Oh, he got defensive player of the week and got superstar dev. That seems rare. I don't even know the last time that's happened. That's interesting. But everyone else will let go. I guess I'll re-sign J.K. Scott. I don't know. Sure. But is there even a point to me restructuring deals? I guess I might, and we'll give the CPU even more money to work with, but we'll see what happens this year. So I think we freed up 32 mil from from just restructuring, so again, let's hope for the best. We have the money, ooh, whoa. Jason Cage, this rookie the CPU picked, has superstar dev. I don't think that's gonna matter, but maybe if he develops enough as a backup. Anyways, we need a tight end. We probably need a tackle, at least one, and a center. Maybe a linebacker, definitely an edge still. It looks like Sullivan got star dev. We'll take that. Or did he have, wait, am I stupid? Did he already have it? No, he got star dev. That's cool. I don't know how bad we need edge, honestly. they played pretty well. Harris didn't play great though. Of course, the higher overall played worse. Shocker. We also maybe need a corner. Now, we don't want the CPU to sign all of that. We can draft about half of that. We're just hoping for like a couple free agent additions at those positions. So we'll try again. Year 4, year 5, I guess heading into year 5, but year 4 of free agency, I think. Or 5, I don't know. Let's see what the CPU does. Anything? My guess is no, but hopefully. No. Week 2, no, and week 3. All right, sorry for asking. But in the draft, once again, the player I wanted is gone. You hate to see it. We need a speed rusher. That's our main scheme for edge. I need to stop saying edge. It's obviously taken on a new meaning in the last year or two. Well, not a new meaning, but a more popular meaning. But yeah, our scheme is more speed rusher, and we have only power rushers, so that's not ideal. Oh, this tight end. You're in a 4.48, a 4.43 at his pro day. Elite strength too. This is a good year to need a tight end. I'll give everything else a super quick look, but we are probably going with Phil Barber. Do we have a second this year? Did we trade it away? We did. Usually round 2 is kind of the sweet spot for interior O linemen, but no second round pick. You hate to see it, but it was definitely worth it to get rid of that second. But let's go with Phil Barber here out of UCF. Looks very good. Hidden dev, 88 speed, 89 excel, 77 strength. Cool. I don't know what his overall is going to be because he was barely scouted. I guess we'll see. Let's see if there's like any even okay speed rusher. Oh, there's 3 right here. Are any of them actually okay? Or do they all suck? They all suck. Awesome. I think the best one is Ahmad Holloman, but his pursuit's really bad. It might be Jose Dockery. None of them look good. I don't want to take one. We're better off with what we have. You know what? We don't really need a linebacker, but we kind of do. Leon Ballard looks pretty good. He's a first to second round talent. He'll probably go down at middle linebacker, but hey, if we can get a first to second round talent in the 3rd round, why not? Hidden dev, cool. But here's how we did in the draft. Phil Barber, I honestly kind of thought could be a higher overall, but a 78 is still good. What's not to like about him, though? I guess his blocking isn't the best, but it's not terrible. I don't know. I'm surprised he isn't a higher overall, but a 78 is still very good. Ballard's a 75, and then D. Boone, weird name. He's a 73 at center, and I think he's going to start for us. We could also start the superstar, because Boone is 23. We might start the superstar guy somewhere. Well, I think I might rearrange our offensive line a lot. And I actually made every pick here. Some of them definitely weren't great. Hugh Barnett had A for every pass blocking stat. He has 80 pass block, but only 73 power and 68 finesse. He was like pretty well scouted. I don't get how he's only a 64. I mean, I guess I do, but I thought he would be a lot better than that. But oh well, whatever. And then these defensive tackles are okay. I just mostly wanted depth down here because there are positions where we had like 1 player when we needed 3 or 4, like defensive tackle. But let's get into year 5 and we will see how the teams look and should be pretty good. But here's a look at the team. It is very good at an 87 overall. I mean, that's not the best in the world, but for what we're doing, it's pretty good. Just the question is, how will it perform? I mean, I'm kind of over caring about how teams perform in Madden. They never perform as they should. They either overperform or underperform based on overall. So we'll just see how much this team develops by the end of the year and how much better we can make it this offseason. Because really, we are probably like, I don't know, a really good corner and a really good overall center away from being a 90-something overall team. Like, this is a very, very good roster, just with a few holes that once we fix them, this team could be crazy good. I also completely forgot to draft a corner, I'm going to be honest. Who's the youngest? Waters is 23. Benson is 22, but he's 2 overall lower. We'll just stick with Waters. And we are going to start Cage at center because he does have that superstar dev. We'll see. I mean, we'll probably just replace him, but Superstar is pretty good. But again, let's just see how this team's doing at the midseason, and if our defense is bad again, I will probably finally change the playbook. Are we not gonna have 3 losses at a midseason? Like, we're 4-3. It looks like we're doing pretty well, though. For points per game, we're top 5 on offense and number 6 on defense. For yards, we're a little all over the place, 4 and 20. Hilarious number. No major upgrades. I guess Jason Cage, that's cool. Has he only gone up 1 overall? I guess now 2? Or was it just 1? I don't know. Whatever. We're doing well. That's cool. We only have 1 takeaway on defense, though. That's rough. That's not fun. But who do we have to re-sign this year? Oh, this is where the team starts getting expensive. Denzel Ware, and he is not interested. Oh boy. We'll offer him 6 years, 224 mil. He does take it. Okay, cool. That's kind of surprising. Tremaine McAllister will offer 5 years, 96 mil. He takes it. And then Von Harris hasn't been like particularly good. Javonte Williams, I am scared of what our running back situation could be if we don't sign another one. So I'm going to re-sign him. It's not very expensive either. 3 years, 23 mil for a 92 overall. Sounds good. And he doesn't take it. Awesome. And then there are a few other starters like Johnny Gilmore. How was he done? I can't remember. He's actually done pretty well. This year he isn't great, but we'll see how he finishes. Pause. So yeah, we're getting tight on cap space, but again, I think we can restructure out of it. But again, let's just get to the end of the year and we will see if we can make the playoffs again, unlike last year. Okay, well, actually, here we are at the end of year number 5, and before I reveal how we did, of course, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. First time in a while I haven't had a like goal, but it really helps out the channel. I would appreciate it. And actually, last thing, yesterday I uploaded a video on my second channel. It was my second mock draft. I'm not very good at mock drafts, but it was still a lot of fun. And you never know, maybe I got some of the picks right. It was mostly just me being a dumbass though. So if you like that kind of thing, link to my second channel in the description. It was a lot of fun, and you can be one of the first like 1,500 subscribers there. But anyways, back to the rebuild. Barber was definitely a good pick. He has X Factor. Now up to an 84, 86 with morale. That's huge. What other hidden devs did we have? Oh yeah, Ballard. Ballard only has star, and then I think that was it. But still, we'll take an X Factor. But in year number 5, we finished 11-6, and we once again made the playoffs. It looks like our defense still wasn't great. We had a good pass D, but overall it was just pretty good. Actually, for yards, we were 7th, but we only had 3 takeaways on the season. All right, let's see what happened. Why? But Tua, 4,100 yards. My controller keeps disconnecting. 34 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, so I guess we only had 3 giveaways, unless we had fumbles, which probably. Not too many of them, though, but Javonte Williams, 1,400 yards. Exactly. His best season so far. 4.9 per carry, 19 touchdowns. Denzel Ware, over 1,350 yards, 17 touchdowns, but he was like our only receiver. Barber was pretty good as a rookie, 750 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jamie McGuire at left tackle and Jason Cage at center were not very good, but the rest of the line was okay. Everett Monroe has been bad, straight up. That's not good. 6 sacks from right guard, average is like 3, and he's a 92 overall, or a 94 now. I don't understand this game. I don't. But Tyrell Daniels led the team with 123 tackles, lots of TFLs, 19 for Raymond, and sacks, 14 for Junior Raymond. He has been super good throughout the rebuild, playing much better than his overall. He's really playing like one of the best D linemen in the league, and he's only what, like an 84? I guess he's up to an 85 now. But Turner with 8.5 sacks, 7 for Sullivan, only 4.5 for Harris, and then 2 picks for McAllister and 1 for Daniels, and that's it. Unlucky. But MVP goes to Mahomes again, of course. Dak Prescott on the Broncos. Okay. Tua at number 7. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. Denzel Ware at number 7 for Offensive Player of the Year. Williams at number 9. Raymond at number 3 for Defensive Player of the Year. That would have been a cool thing to get. Could go up to Superstar Dev. We'll see. Well, we get cucked again. Richard Perry wins it for the Raiders. Barber at number 2. In Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Darren Huntley for the Jets. Leon Ballard at number 5. I didn't even notice what he did. 87 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack. That's an okay season. 8 pass deflections. That's pretty good. But we are going to be taking on the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card. They're only an 89 overall, which is still very good, but we're a 90. We're 11-6. They're only 9-8. Again, I'm going to be petty, and I'm going to see where 90 ranks in the league, because we're probably going to lose this game to the Ravens. The Jags are a 91. Damn. The 49ers are also a 90. The Chiefs are a 92, so we're tied for third. The Texans are also a 90, damn. But yeah, we're tied for third. So let's simulate this game. We probably should have been better than 11-6 with the third best roster in the league, but at least we were 11-6. But let's sim this game and let's see what happens. That's all we really can do. And we lose 21-14. That wasn't predictable at all. I don't care about simulation. We're building a really good team here. One of the best in the league. So let's get into probably the final off season, and we'll see if the CP wants to sign anyone this year. I mean, it hasn't in years at this point. But for re-signings, we're pretty obviously not going to be bringing back Von Harris. He's played horribly. I mean, if we want to ignore performance in simulation, then maybe we should, but Telvin Duval isn't interested. Same with Harris. I mean, that's another reason we're not going to bring him back. We'll pick up the 5th year for Amari Sullivan. He's been pretty decent. Khalil Charles isn't interested. Antonio Weathers, oh, that's a 5th year. Okay, that's a 27 mil 5th year. I mean, we're not going to get to that point anyways, but if we were, I shouldn't have picked that up. Javonte, oh, he rejected us. Okay, I was going to say, I thought we re-signed him. We'll go player friendly, 4 years, 35 mil. He takes it. I probably would have just tagged him if he rejected it. Gilmore, how has Gilmore done? Gilmore hasn't been terrible, has he? No, he's actually been pretty good. Oh, and he's really cheap. What's he ranked in the league in terms of overall? Number 31, so he's the 2nd worst starting right tackle. That's tough. But I mean, he's cheap and he's been playing well, so we'll go 1 year, 3.7 mil, and he takes it, breaking the bank there. And then everybody else is just a bunch of backups, a bunch of depth. So again, I'm gonna restructure some deals, and we will see if the CPU does literally anything this year. Maybe it's a bug, maybe it was just unlucky, but we'll see this year. Okay, now in free agency, I wish I could at least like see who was available or like see if we have any offers, but I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to turn it off, turn auto free agency off, because I feel like that might mess with it, and it might not even show up this week if I turn it off. We might need to go to the next week for me to be able to see free agents. I don't know. We're just gonna leave it how it is and hope that some players get signed. We freed up like 40 mil-ish through restructures, so we have more than enough money to sign some players here. It's just, will we? Let's see what happens. My guess is no. All right, this must be some kind of bug. It's still not signing anyone. What if I turn it off and on? Do I need to have trades in free agency auto? I mean, no, it was doing it before when I already had that on manual. We'll turn it on, or yeah, on manual. And yeah, I figured I still can't see the available players. Maybe if I close out? Nope. And then we'll turn it back on and see if that does anything. I don't know. I'm trying here. It worked for a couple years, but let's see if it wants to sign anyone now. There's got to be something I'm messing up here, right? Still nobody. I don't know what to do. And still nobody in week 3. This is a skill issue. I don't know. We might have to make a trade heading into next year, because I don't know if this roster is ready to compete for a Super Bowl. But let's get to the draft and let's see how we can finish off this roster. We're going to need a receiver, probably an offensive lineman, maybe. Definitely at least one corner and a pass rusher. So let's see what we can do. But here we are in the draft, and there are a lot of good pass rushers, and I could trade up here. But like I said, I think I want to trade for a player next year. I guess I could just trade up this draft's picks. Whatever, too late now. Who cares? There are still, all the players I wanted are still here, so it doesn't matter. Or at least most of them. We need a speed rusher. Like, that's our scheme. We have only power rushers still, so we need a speed rusher. Jimmy Frazier actually looks pretty good. Brett Carter looks all right, but Frazier looks good. It wouldn't be technically a great value pick because, you know, we're in the first to second round and he is a first to second round talent, but it would be worth it. In round 2, I want to go with this corner. I never checked his speed. What's his speed? Oh, hopefully he's available round 2. But first pick, let's go with Jimmy Frazier here. I want to be sure I'm making the right pick here. Yeah, this is the right player. Let's go with Jimmy Frazier out of Boise State. Probably normal dev, but hopefully not. He does have hidden. Okay, cool. Only 69 change of direction, which nice, but that's surprising for a speed rusher. It was really hard for me to say. I just woke up like an hour ago, so unlucky. But he looks pretty good. Not the best play rec or power moves, but that's fine. We know he's at least worth it. And I don't think that corner's still gonna be here, but hopefully he is. Nah, okay. What's Jamison Brocker's speed? He has great speed, but only solid excel. He does have elite change of direction. Yeah, sure. I don't think he's great, but he looks like the best option available. Probably pretty good, maybe like a 75. We'll take him. Normal dev, but 95 excel or 95 change of direction, 93 speed. We'll take it. And now round 3, last pick of this draft, or of this rebuild that I'm going to show. Also of this draft, I guess. 34 bench reps is only solid strength. All right. I don't know that I want or necessarily need another lineman, but I kind of want one. These centers look pretty damn good. I think we would be fine not picking one here. Phillip Downs looks pretty good. Okay, yeah, we won't take one here. All those centers look good. I deadass thought this dude's name was Peter Cement. That'd be kind of hard. Well, literally, that's so unfunny. These receivers suck. Cassius Ware might be okay. I guess it depends on his medium route and his awareness, but everything else looks bad, straight up. Bart Winthrop looks good, but bad awareness. He does have good medium route. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take like a million receivers and hope that one's good. I think other than one lineman, the rest of our draft is gonna be receivers. Let's go with Cassius Ware. I like to take playmaker receivers with good medium route. Hopefully he does have good medium route. We'll take him. Normal dev, that's not surprising, but we'll see what his overall is. We're definitely gonna need to trade for a player. I don't feel like this was a great draft. Yeah, this was certainly a draft. Frazier and Brockers were actually pretty good picks, but Ware was only a 70? Ugh. I guess he's just slow. That's tough. Yates was only a 70. The only decent receiver was Chad Wesovich. Never seen that last name in my life. He's also a horrible scheme fit. I thought it said he has a catch in traffic. What makes a good physical receiver? I don't understand. I mean, he's only 5'11", 195, but that doesn't play a factor in overall. Whatever. We'll start him. We'll see how he does. Horrible scheme fit. I tried my best. Let's see if we can make a trade. What? This game's trade value is so fucked up, dude. What? Jamel Dean is 32 years old. I thought a second round pick was a crazy overpay for a 32-year-old corner. Madden thinks it's like a quarter of the way there or less. That's almost like a fifth. I mean, I'd be fine giving up a first, but that's barely over halfway. What the fuck? I have very high trade interest on, like I said. I don't want to know what this would be like if it was on normal. Jamel Dean would be worth like 4 first-round picks. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. And I just had someone call me a casual for thinking Phil Haynes wasn't very good last year for the Seahawks. Asante Samuel Jr., he doesn't have X Factor? What? I don't know. I thought it was the X Factor keeping that trade from going through. He only has star. This game sucks. Rashad Ross, he's only their third corner. They're negative 22 mil in cap. So even though this is going to save them cap, it's going to say, we don't have the salary. This game drives me insane. Rashawn Hilton, he only has normal dev. Second round pick? First round pick. Cool. Just to be petty again, where does he rank in the league in terms of overall? Or like, yeah, where does he rank? He is the number 37 corner. That's higher than I expected. But that's like saying, let me just use the basic Madden rosters. That's like saying Paulson Adebo's worth a first round pick. I mean, maybe that's a bad example because he's younger than the corner we traded for. I mean, that's like saying Carlton Davis is worth a first round pick. He went for a third. And Carlton Davis is even above the 37th ranked corner and a year younger. I don't know. That's crazy to me. This game's so fucked up, dude. But here we are heading into the final year, of course, a 90 overall. We're looking good, and I think this is the final starting lineup I'm going to go with. We're not going to start Cage at center again because he was very bad. 9 sacks allowed from center is insane. I am worried about our offensive line in general because McGuire hasn't been very good, but I'm also scared to switch Gilmore over to left tackle because I feel like he won't be as good there. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. That's really all we can do. But of course, the defense has become very good too, an 89 overall. We have no free agents here. This was just a draft-only defense, other than, I guess, trading for Hilton. So this basically turned from a CPU picks my free agents rebuild to a CPU does nothing rebuild, and we just don't get free agents, other than these two are the only ones that have stuck around. Oh yeah, and Tua got X Factor, which is pretty cool. I don't think he'll be a 99 by the end of the year, but maybe a 97. But Ware, of course, is a 99 overall. Only one 99 overall archetype, but a 97 playmaker. He's really good looking overall. Of course, not even close to a scheme fit, but whatever. Still a good receiver. Very good receiver. But we're just gonna have to see how this team does. I wouldn't be shocked if we disappoint and miss the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked if we went 13-4, which is probably what we should go. So maybe I will be shocked if we do super well this year. But let's just get straight to the end of the year and we will see what our final record is this season. But in the final year of the rebuild, we finish 10-7. Should have been better, but at least we made the playoffs. It could have been worse. And you would never guess it, but we were 3-3 at the midseason. I did make a bench that apparently worked out pretty well, but Tua, 4,300 yards, 39 touchdowns, only 5 picks. Probably going to be like number 2 for MVP or 3, but he did very, very well this year. 1,200 yards for Williams, 8 touchdowns, receiving 1,400 yards and 25 touchdowns for Denzel Ware. Good Lord. Barber was good. Wesovich did better than I expected. We'll take it. McGuire was still bad, but the benching I made at the midseason was I took out Johnny Gilmore, who allowed 4 sacks and 300 and something snaps. I put in Cage at right tackle, and he did well, so that worked out. And this year, Monroe only allowed 1 sack. We'll take it. But Daniels 125 tackles. TFL's 19 for Raymond, 13 for Turner. Sacks 9.5 for Turner, 7.5 for Sullivan, only 5.5 for Raymond, and 1.5 for Jimmy Frazier in 1,100 snaps as a 80 overall. Unlucky. And then only 4 picks on the season. Our defense just still wasn't that good. But Jalen Hurts wins MVP here. That's interesting. Tua at number 3. No MVP for Tua, but he's played very, very, very well. So very limited signings from the CPU, but the 2 that it made, the 2 that stuck around were both very good. Denzel Ware wins Offensive Player of the Year. We'll take that. Tua at number 6. Wesovich was at number 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jamison Brockers was at number 3 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Frazier at 4 somehow. What did Brockers do? Probably just tackles. 75 tackles, 4 TFLs, a sack, or a pick, and 4 pass deflections. Okay, sure. Decent numbers, but that's not many pass deflections for that many snaps. Oh, and let's check out dev traits. Did we even really have many? We had the edge who had star. I think that was it. We got pretty unlucky with dev traits. We hit a lot the first year, but almost all of them were star. Like, the drafting was pretty good overalls-wise, but the dev traits were a little bit unlucky. But this is still a very good roster at a 91 overall. That probably isn't the best in the league still, but those other teams weren't doing a challenge where they couldn't sign any players. The Jags are a 91 overall. They're tied with us. Same with the Falcons. The Chiefs are probably a 92 or 3. No, they're only an 89. We're tied for the best roster in the league. And of course, we only went 10-7. Should we switch our defensive playbook? It wasn't great this year. What do we change it to? You know, I keep saying this is controversial, but I keep doing it. I like the Buccaneers defensive playbook. The last rebuild, it didn't work for me, but it was still better than what we had the year before. And then before then, it had worked almost perfectly for me. It was super good. It was my go-to in older games because this game is way too playbook oriented, so we'll try it again here. But we're going to be taking on the 89 overall Jets. There's no way we win this game. They're the away team and they're a lower overall. That's a wrap. Their offense was pretty terrible this year, though. I have no idea how they went even 10-7 with like the 25th offense in the league. Their defense wasn't even that special either. That's something. That is sure something. But let's simulate this game out and we will see what happens. I think we all know. Okay, just kidding. We do win 35-28. Now, our defense wasn't great. 28 points allowed to one of the worst offenses in the league. Maybe the Buccaneers isn't the move. Maybe I'm moving off of that a little bit, but it's not like our defense was good before anyways, so we'll stick with it for now. But we're going to be taking on the only 87 overall Cincinnati Bengals in the divisional. That's one of the lowest overall teams currently. We deserve this win, but will we get this win? And we do. Another close one, even closer. We beat the Bengals 33-28. And we have some upgrades. Weldon, Frazier, Ballard. Nothing crazy, but we'll take it. And we are going to be taking on the only 86 overall Cleveland Browns. How are these teams in the playoffs? Legitimately, they are the lowest overall teams in the league. The Bengals are up to an 88 now. I guess they... Oh yeah, it does that weird thing where when you're playing teams, they show up as lower overalls. I forgot it does that. Why does it do that? Like, it's not necessarily them developing the next week. It's just you can look at a team's overall the week before you play them, and then it'll show up lower when you are taking them on. It's super weird. I forgot it does that. So the Browns, if we had looked the week before, were probably like an 88, but now they're only an 86. I don't know. This game's so weird. Okay, no, I checked. The Browns were the same overall, but they did have an 89 overall defense, and they probably should have developed a little bit in the 2 weeks since then, but I don't know. So they are actually not that good of a team. They are, I think, tied for the worst overall in the league. So let's see what happens here. And yeah, they smoke us 28-14. You hate to see it, but I would consider this a success. We created the highest overall team in the league while doing a challenge, a pretty goofy challenge too, that I thought would be much harder, but we did pretty well with it. And lots of fun players on this team. I think my favorite one is Tyrell Daniels. We turned him from a 66 to a 93. Horrible man coverage still, but really good zone, 96 tackle. He's a great player. Possibly the most I've ever developed a player. But again, this was a lot of fun. And be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. No like goal, but subscribe for more if you enjoyed this, because most of my videos are like this. And on screen now is probably another video. Feel free to click that if you want to. But thank you all so much for watching. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.